Let's start a thread. What's your electric bill? Mine was $203 for the month of July.
My electric bill is $314.89.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that I'm sure many of you are dealing with, your electric bill. If you haven't received last month's bill yet or haven't checked it online, you might be in for a bit of shock. Electric rates are rising all across the country and a lot of people are understandably upset about it. So what exactly is going on? Let's take a closer look. But before we dive in, I just want to mention that if you find this video helpful, you can give me a subscription button right here as I'm working toward to reach 1,000 subscribers here on this channel. And thank you so much. And now let's get started.
Has anybody else's electric Ameren bills like doubled or tripled this month? Because ours went from like $200 to almost $500. We literally live in the tiniest house ever. We run bare minimum electricity. Like, what is going on?
Hey, we live in central Illinois. Our electric rates just went up 50%. My nephew has a ranch home that's probably 1,200 square feet, and his bill went from $260 to $560 in the last month. No difference in usage. The company just increased their rates 50%.
My electric bill is $314.89. See, if you don't believe me, $314.89. That's crazy. Is anybody else's electric bill that high? This is the highest one we've had this year. And I remember in the summers when it used to be $150 and I thought that was crazy high. Now it's $314. Why is it so expensive? We do live in Kentucky, so it does get really, really hot here. But like I said, our bills have never been over $300 like they are now. We leave our air conditioning on 73 pretty much 24/7. So I don't think that's super low or anything. We don't have like a pool or a hot tub, although I would love a hot tub. We don't have anything like that we run. We just have a regular house. It is 2 stories, so we do have 2 units, air conditioning units. But you know, our house is only 2,400 square feet, about $314.89. To me, that is way too expensive.
Let's start a thread. What's your electric bill? Mine was $203 for the month of July, which is $61 cheaper than it was last month, which was $144. Now, June was a very mild month in the Northwest. It was actually cold, is what it felt like to me anyway. So the AC wasn't running too bad. So $144 kind of makes sense. What I want to talk about, though, is I made this same post last month. What's up with everywhere else charging so much for their electric? It was astronomical in some of the comments. Okay, some of the ones that stick out to me was California. California's broken, I swear. People are, yeah, over $1,000 easily. Arizona, another one. That one, same, over $1,000. And then the other one that I guess kind of shocked me was Illinois. Dude. Okay, I don't know if these people are trolling me or they're just like, what are they doing in their house? I can see if you got, you know, there's so many factors here. I don't know what they're doing in their house. Close the door. AC's just kicking up.
Yeah, everybody on my TikTok is flabbergasted as fuck because Georgia Power, what y'all really got going on? Can't nobody pay for this. Even if we can't afford it. You think I'm finna give you $400? For what though? Like, for what? Literally for what? My Georgia Power bill is $410 and they expect me to pay that shit today or it's gonna get cut off. What they say, light that candle up, baby. Cause I'm not. I know, like, that's not right. I don't give a if I did run it. That's not right. That's not right.
We turn now to your money and the reason why so many Americans seem to be paying more, a lot more, for electricity these days. This summer, electricity bills are surging, but it's not just because of people cranking up their air conditioners. In Philadelphia, the average bill is up $17 a month. In Trenton, New Jersey, $26. In Columbus, Ohio, $27. And it's the artificial intelligence boom that's getting the blame. As the demand for AI has skyrocketed, so too has the need for data centers that power the technology. Those data centers use a lot of power, and the grid is struggling to keep up.
If we do not act decisively, we risk ceding AI leadership to countries that are moving faster to modernize their energy infrastructure.
At a Senate hearing last week, lawmakers and energy experts warn the electric grid is not ready for the coming wave of AI-powered data centers. And while industry leaders called for urgent investment in new generation, they avoided taking sides on fossil fuels versus renewables.
We need more energy,
more generation, and
more generation, and we need more transmission independent of source.
But President Trump, at an artificial intelligence summit in Pennsylvania, said fossil fuels will power the AI age.
We're unleashing all forms of energy, including natural gas, oil, and clean, beautiful coal.
Critics say that strategy ignores the reality of what's cheapest and fastest to build.
Clean energy is the most affordable, and it's the fastest type of energy generation to deploy, outpacing natural gas, which is facing years-long backlogs in turbine availability.
The Energy Department predicts data centers could use 12% of all U.S. electricity by the year 2030.
Last week, I opened my electric bill and honestly thought they sent it to the wrong house. You know, how much is it? $198. I had to double check just to make sure it was real. We have never paid that much for electricity before, and now we get it because it is in the summer. I will use the AC more means the bill is going to be higher. That makes sense. But this much is just too much for me. We only run the air conditioner a few hours in the evening. It's not like it's on all day, but I know I'm not the only one. A lot of people around me are dealing with the same thing. Not just rising electric bills, but rents going up too, month after month. For regular folks like us, sometimes all you can do is sigh and try to hang on.
I just got the updated lease offer from my landlord and they want to charge me $200 more a month now. So $2,180. When I moved in, it was $1,695 4 years ago.
I'm at my wit's end. I cannot do this anymore. My mortgage company is denying my payments now, which is going to put me into foreclosure. They're literally forcing me into foreclosure because they're not accepting my payments. And they're saying that I am so far behind when I went to the online portal and it said that I had, and this was weeks ago, said that I owned for June 1st. And I already had $477 towards June's payment. And I sent out the rest. Right, and I got a notification in my mail that I had to come pick something up at the post office, which I did, and it's my fucking payment. Because the bank has told my mortgage lender to deny all payments, forcing me into delinquency, forcing me into foreclosure. I can't sell my house because my real estate agent says because of the mold, it depreciates the value of the property. So they want to mitigate the mold, which is going to take months. It's going to take months to get an estimate I don't even have the money to mitigate the mold. And I was going to sell the back 40 so I could get ahead on the mortgage, get the mold mitigated, build a tiny home so I could get out of the house itself. And I can't do any of it. And I'm so at my wit's end. I can't work any more hours because I'm already working 7 days a week. I just don't know what to do anymore. It's like a roadblock at every turn, and now I'm literally looking at foreclosure, which is, I can't afford rents. I'm paying $1,500 a month in a mortgage, and I'm struggling. I can't afford $2,200. I don't know what else to do anymore. I've tried everything and nothing is working.
You're not gonna believe how much they're increasing our rent. We just got the renewal letter. You guys, we live in a 426 square foot studio apartment in downtown Chicago. And our rent, this year was $2,108. The previous year, it was $1,930. They want to increase it to $2,649. That's over $500 increase. I have no words. Like, where did they come up with this number? I mean, we had already made up our mind that we're not going to stay in the studio anyways. We are going to move and look for a new place. Hopefully starting next week, we're going to start touring apartments. But over $500 increase for a 426 square foot studio apartment. I think this is because a new company apparently bought the building because we have new owners now. Like, we got a letter, I don't know, a couple of months ago that they're taking over the building. So yeah, I think that's why the prices are increasing this much.
Maybe moving back in with your parents is the new flex. And let me explain. Like, what if we stop for a second and just stop burning ourselves out on paying rent and paying all these useless bills on places that we don't even own? You know, you save money, you heal, you reset. You finally get to slow down. You finally get to move with intention and save some money. God willing, you got a good relationship with your parents. And I get it. Everybody's so quick to say, oh, you live at home, you live at home. But honestly, I think that is changing. I think that is quickly changing because people are realizing that this economy is not set up for you to live alone and for you to be single in this country. And honestly, I think it's smarter than struggling. I think it's smarter to stay home and make money and save money than saying, oh, well, at least I got my own place. Yeah, you got your own place, but you broke. Shit's changed. And I think we might have to bring back multi-generational housing because honestly, we Americans, we're the only one who live like this. We're the only one who clown each other for still living with our folks. It's honestly really stupid because if you can save a lot of money, you can combine your resources, you can get whatever you want. This consumerism, capitalistic society that America has brainwashed into our mind that you have to have your own everything is not normal and it's not necessary.
You know, I'm actually really glad to see more people starting to embrace multi-generational living, families moving back in together and supporting one another. With how expensive everything's getting, we have to find ways to adjust. People are feeling the pressure, and if you are not careful, it can spiral even into homelessness. And if you're not already thinking about options like having roommates, living with families, or downsizing, now may be the time for you. Because rent is going up, utilities are going up as well, and for everyday folks, it's getting harder and harder to keep up with all these rising costs.
What salary is needed to buy a home to afford a middle-class life today?
Well, if we look at the average home in America, it's sitting around $400,000, and at a 7% interest rate, you would need to make $100,000 with zero debt, no car payment, no student loans, no credit cards, to have a shot at qualifying. If you do have a car payment, student loans, and credit card debt, which most Americans have, you're going to need more, about $120,000 to $130,000 for a $400,000 home. So for the average American right now, statistically, can only afford about a $250,000 home, and there's only a few places in America that still offer homes at that price.
So what's happening at the moment is parents who have some money are helping their children. That's the only way those children can get into a home of their own. Is that accurate?
That is accurate if they're helping with the down payment, but if the child doesn't have the $100,000 or $120,000 salary to back it up, parents will not only have to help with down payment, but also co-sign if the child doesn't make over $100,000 for most metropolitan cities.
And you don't see much change in the immediate future?
I don't. I would just tell any young person, get their ducks in a row financially and be prepared. So if interest rates do come down, you're ready to pounce, because you don't want to be late if the prices start shooting up. You want to be early to grab yourself a property.
All right, let's talk about the 10 cheapest states to buy a home in 2025. And yes, renting will likely be the cheaper there too. Here's the list I have collected from many sources. So it's just for recommendation. West Virginia, Mississippi, Arkansas, Kentucky, Alabama, yeah, Indiana, Iowa, Ohio, Missouri, and Michigan. Honorable mentions, I would say, that is Oklahoma, rural Texas, and Louisiana. Now get it. You might not be interested in moving to some of these states, but if you're struggling with the cost of living, it is worth considering, right? Especially with more remote jobs out there, relocating is more possible than ever. And if moving out of states isn't an option, maybe you can look into cheaper areas within your current one. Because when the bills are too high, sometimes change is the only way forward. And that is the end of our video today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you found this video helpful, you can give us a subscription button right down below. It really helps me to channel grow. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.